In this video, we are going to talk about performance optimized URL redirects. So we're going to look at how you should do these the correct way with performance in mind. There's no cost, there's no tool that you need to pay for to make this happen. We're just going to use the free Cloudflare solution, which I recommend you put in front of every single one of your websites for security and performance reasons. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. Let's go to the MyListing Club website, resources, and guides. You're going to be able to do this from the video I'm showing you right here, but I just want to point out that this guide exists and it covers other topics. So if I do a search in this guide for redirects, you'll see a section for single redirects and bulk. So basically, if you've got 1, 2, maybe up to 5 redirects that you need to do total, maybe come in here and do those single redirects. However, if you've got 5 or more, let's say, you're going to come in here and I would do the bulk redirects. That's what we're going to look at in this video. It's what I did for the club recently, which I'm going to talk to you about as well. So you're going to see that real world example in this video, how to do bulk redirects. Okay, so what we need to do is just jump over to Cloudflare. And you can do a search up here in the top header area. There's a search, you can type in just redirects. I also give you the instructions in the guide, or you can go under rules, settings, bulk redirects, and then start from here, okay? So let me go ahead and delete this one. So before we continue, I'm gonna let you know what I did with the club. So with the deals on the club site, if you go up under resources and partner deals, you'll now notice that this is just a landing page saying, hey, go over to my Influence WP project. That's where all of the deals are. And I break down here. If you are one of my clients or you have a club membership, you get free access to all of the deals, which is the time this recording is a lot. It's like 316 deals, whatever. But with this change, it allowed me to save a lot of time, a lot of repetitive work, not having to post deals in multiple websites that I own. So it's all just posted over here on Influence WP. And like I said, you guys, most of you that are watching this, if you are a client or a club member, you have access to this already. If not, just reach out to me. But the idea here was just redirect everybody to this deals page on the MyListing Club website. And when I did that, it broke a lot of URLs because, like, let's just say, take a particular plugin, let's say Perf Matters, for example. That was hard linked to a URL on the MyListing Club website. I have another business, WP Turned Up. That was hard linked in there. So when I made the change to put everything on Influence WP, it broke all of those links for all of those individual deals that I had. So what I needed to do was just say, hey, for all of those individual plugins, I need to just redirect them here to this deals page. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at here. So I came over into Cloudflare, into the bulk redirect area. I created a list. That is the first step you need to take. You come in here, you create your list. You're going to give it a name. So I just called it deals and then add URLs. You can upload a CSV. So maybe you've got a file that's already ready to go. That's formatted on the left-hand side with the URL that you want to use. On the right-hand side, which is the source, and then the right-hand side is the target. Or I didn't have that. I didn't want to take the time to create it because I didn't have that many to do. So I just came over here and clicked this, or manually add the URL redirects. So you come in here, like I said, you put your source URL. In my case, it was the old deal URL, and then over in Target, I put just that URL for the deals page. And then you have the option to do a 301, 302, 307, or 308. 301 is going to be the most likely thing you're going to use. It says, I'm going to permanently redirect this URL to the other one. Okay. That's what you're going to use more often than not. You also have the option to edit some parameters in there, but more often than not, you don't need to mess with those. You just need to come in here, name your list, add your URLs, and save, and you're good to go with your list. Once you've saved your list, you're going to come right back to this bulk redirects area, and you're going to create a bulk redirect rule. And this one's very simple. Just create your rule, give it a name. I gave it the same name as deals. And then you're just going to select the list of URLs that you created. And that's all there is to it. You've now just that easily done your bulk redirects. Now let's talk about why we are doing this in Cloudflare. Cloudflare is so you've got your site, right? That's WordPress. That's the application layer level. A lot of times I see people installing plugins or for redirects, or they have an SEO plugin that does like URL redirects, and they try to do it within there. When you do everything there within WordPress, it slows down your site because your server, WordPress, has to process those URL redirects. And especially if you have a lot of those, it becomes a bigger problem. Okay. The next best option, if you don't have Cloudflare, which you should have Cloudflare, if you happen to be with Kinsta, this is included. You can just go over to the redirects area and you can see I don't have them here because this is still not the optimal way to do these. So this is taking up your server resources to perform these redirects, but you can do this over here. Okay. So with Cloudflare, we are going up to the very edge of where all of your visitors are coming from. So we are not taking up server processing power. We're not taking up application level processing power. Everything is happening outside of your website. Cloudflare is doing all of the work before the person even hits your website. So that's why it's the most optimal solution. Okay. And as you see here, it's just as easy, if not easier, to use than using a plugin, using Kinsta. Kinsta makes it pretty darn easy, but it's just too easy not to do it. Keep those resources free on your server. Let Cloudflare take on some of that processing power for these redirects. Okay. So that's it, really. So now it doesn't matter what I type in here. Like I had a deal, like I said, say perf matters, type that in, redirects to deals. Okay, let's try that Permalink Manager Pro, or let's do WP Code Box. Doesn't matter what it is. Oops, I think I misspelled there. WP Code Box. There you go. So it doesn't matter any of the deals that I had hard coded before into a URL, now just redirects here. So you show up here, you're like, oh, I'm a club client, I'm a club member. I'm going to go over to Influence WP. I'm going to grab those deals that I have access to. Cool. And just as a side note, if you are not a club client or a club member, you can sign up for a super cheap, practically free, it's just $6 a year membership to get access to, time of this recording, 316 deals. And I'm adding deals literally every day. And these are big deals. These are not just little small deals. Okay, so a little sidebar there. So you can use this video, or you can go use the guide from the club to do your single or bulk redirects for URLs with performance optimization in mind. All right, guys, I will catch you all in the next video.